For the first time in over 60 years of World Cup history, a red card suspension was reversed, not by an appeal, not by new video evidence surfacing. According to multiple reports, it happened after a phone call from the President of the United States. Wednesday, July 1st, the USMNT beats Bosnia and Herzegovina 2-0 in the round of 32. Valerian Balogun opens the scoring in the 45th minute, his third goal of the tournament, tying him with Landon Donovan for the second most World Cup goals ever scored by an American, behind only a record set back in 1930. Then, in the 64th minute, everything changes. Balogun and a Bosnian defender battle for the ball. His cleats catch the back of the defender's leg and ankle, and after a VAR review, the referee shows him a straight red card for serious foul play. A red card at a World Cup means one thing, automatically, with zero appeal: you sit out the next match. That's been true for every single red card at this tournament. No exceptions. For Balogun, that meant missing the round of 16 against Belgium, the biggest game of the USMNT's tournament, as they chased a quarterfinal they hadn't reached since 2002. Before I go further, pause and tell me in the comments, from what I just described, does that sound like a red card foul to you? Let's see where people land, before I tell you what happened next. The call was controversial from the second it happened. Head coach Mauricio Pochettino told reporters right after the match that he didn't think it was ever a red card, arguing it looked like two players simply competing for the ball, not one trying to injure the other. Balogun echoed that 2 days later, saying he felt a yellow card would have been the fair outcome, given the contact was incidental. Midfielder Weston McKennie called the suspension bogus at this stage of the tournament, where every player matters. Even a former FIFA referee turned rules analyst said publicly that the play shouldn't have been sent to review at all, since it wasn't clear and obvious enough to overturn on the pitch. Harsh calls happen in football constantly. Normally, that's just where the story ends. Everyone complains, and the suspension stands. Except 4 days later, on Sunday, something happened that had never happened at a World Cup before. FIFA announced Balogun's suspension was lifted, not through an appeal process, but suspended for a 1-year probationary period under Article 27 of FIFA's disciplinary code, a rule that lets the FIFA's judicial body pause a punishment rather than cancel it outright. And here's the detail that turned this from a footnote into a global story. Multiple outlets, including ABC News, CBS News, and The Hill, reported that President Trump had personally called FIFA President Gianni Infantino days earlier, asking him to review the decision. Comment below, have you ever seen a government leader get personally involved in a referee decision like this before? I genuinely want examples if you know of any, because I'm struggling to think of one. The reaction was immediate and furious, but not from the US side. Belgium's Football Federation released a statement saying they were astonished, pointing out that red card suspensions had applied to every single other player at this World Cup without exception, and that they were now investigating every option available to them. Belgium's head coach mocked the decision publicly afterward. Then UEFA, European football's entire governing body, stepped in directly, calling the decision unprecedented and incomprehensible, and saying it crossed a line that should never be crossed in the sport. And it didn't stop there. A Belgian source told CBS News that a slide outlining the automatic one-game suspension rule had reportedly gone missing from FIFA's own standard pre-match presentation to the Belgian team, delivered just hours after the reversal was announced. Trump didn't stay quiet either. Shortly after FIFA's announcement, he posted online thanking FIFA for what he called correcting a great injustice. It's worth noting this wasn't a random ask. Trump and FIFA President Infantino already had a public, friendly relationship. Infantino had personally presented Trump with FIFA's first ever Peace Prize the year before, at the World Cup group stage draw. To Balogun's own teammates, the reversal felt almost unreal. Defender Chris Richards admitted that when the news broke on their bus ride to training, Half the team assumed it was some kind of AI-generated fake circulating on social media. Christian Pulisic told reporters Balogun was simply thrilled, with a big smile on his face. And Balogun himself posted a photo of himself in front of fans, soundtrack to a very on-the-nose choice of song about being bad. And here's the part that makes this messier than a simple USA good, Belgium bad story. FIFA insists this wasn't unprecedented at all. The organization pointed to almost identical suspensions being lifted before this tournament even started. For Cristiano Ronaldo, whose red card from a World Cup qualifier against Ireland was deferred so he could play in Portugal's opener. For an Argentine defender and an Ecuadorian midfielder, both given the same treatment months earlier for qualifier red cards. FIFA's argument is straightforward. This rule already existed, and it had already been used more than once. Belgium and UEFA's counter-argument is just as simple. Using it mid-tournament, in the knockout rounds, days before facing the exact team that benefits from it, with a presidential phone call attached, is a completely different situation than clearing a player before a tournament even begins. So, where did that leave things? Balogun was eligible and set to start against Belgium in Seattle. Belgium was reportedly exploring whether to formally challenge the ruling itself, though FIFA's decisions on disciplinary matters are notoriously difficult to overturn once made, and FIFA was left facing a question that doesn't have a rulebook answer. Did the same standard apply to every team in this tournament? Or did one team get a phone call the others simply didn't have access to? Last one, comment your honest take. Was this FIFA correcting a genuine mistake using a rule that already existed? Or was this politics deciding a World Cup match? I want to see both sides actually argued out down there, not just picked. Whatever happens on the pitch, this decision is already bigger than one red card. It's a story about who gets to pick up the phone in the middle of the world's biggest tournament, and whether that should ever matter in a game that's supposed to run on the same rules for absolutely everyone. Subscribe, because between this and everything else we've already seen, this World Cup is nowhere close to done making headlines.